This next place is so nice looking it makes no sense that it's haunted. Even the door itself, which I will get to in just a moment, is too neat to be haunted or controlled by the spirits. It's like that kid from a rich family who is trying his hardest to be a bad boy, but he just looks too nice to even be bad. Let me tell you about what happened with Kira Ashley the other day. Oh man, wasn't that one heck of a night? Let me tell you, she did really well. I know this might be confusing you to think I'm bringing up something else, but I meant that she was really good at handling the situation she was in, as she was alone in the building that day, where she works, when she experienced one of, if not the, scariest phenomena she will ever forget, and even if she tries to, she will find the video on her account. She was wandering the company building when she encountered the door waving on its own. She decided to start recording the door in case it repeated, and she provoked whatever ghost could be behind it. And yeah, as expected, these ghosts didn't disappoint, and the paranormal did occur again. The door was moved and even slammed at one point.
So, I don't know if you can see it on the camera. I'm just walking this way to go in there, and when I get to right about here, that door just closes on me. Just barely misses me. All the way closed. Rude. Hey! No. Why is it going so slow now? It's still closing. I asked you not to. I said that would hurt me. It doesn't count just because you're doing it slow. That's still closing it on me. You could hurt a dog. Okay. Thank you for leaving it open a little bit.
People in her comment section came up with some of the most ridiculous explanations for the event, just trying to dodge the fact that it was paranormal. They said it might be that the floor could be uneven. So if you have been living long enough, you might be aware of the dark magic they do perform in Africa, like we have seen the dancing devil video before, where what seems to be a haystack is moving on its own, while a group of people are dancing around it. So why am I bringing this up now? I'm just opening up to you. I'm trying to be closer to you. In all seriousness, the guy in the next video is alone. He is not alone and sad though. He is just alone and scared. He does have a cat, but let's be real. What do cats actually do in situations where you're stuck in your own house dealing with the paranormal? The best they can do is start acting awkwardly, as if they are sensing a dark presence, which just worsens the situation. Our man here once purchased 2 different masks from a car boot sale. That was more than a year ago. These masks are African. He sold one of them and kept the other. So far, it sounds like a regular story of some dude who likes to collect weird items. However, stories like this are too boring. After keeping the other mask, his life turned into a living nightmare, but slowly. They didn't rush to ruin his life. These ghosts took it slow on the man. It started when he began hearing strange noises around his property. He took notice of it, but he was like, "Oh, so our new neighbors are a little too loud." It's going to be difficult to get used to this, but I'm pretty sure they will become quieter in time. That's what he had in mind, but he remembered he didn't have anyone newly moving in around him. That's when the paranormal activity entered his house, and he began freaking out. In one instance, he was hearing footsteps coming from upstairs. After he gathered his courage and went up to check, he ran back down like a bull after encountering a dark shadow figure by the window. One night, he woke up to noises from the kitchen. When he got there, the refrigerator door was open. Worse than that, a cable was left up before getting pulled somehow.
See the mask up close. So here it is, the infamous mask. You know its glory. It's kind of a beautiful and creepy thing all at the same time. I did have 2 of them. Picked them up from a car boot off this guy. He had loads of like really authentic looking masks, and I bought 2 of them, but I sold the other one, which I regret because it was even cooler than this one. But yeah, like, look at the eyes. How old it might be, no expert. But what the... No. Well, that's not freaky, is it? Jesus Christ. Sake. I'm tripping over stuff now. Hello? Hello? Oh, hell. Everyone's been saying, why have you got the lights off all the time? The landing light does not work, right? There's no bulb in this light. Because usually I ain't shit scared of going upstairs. But I'm doing this because I just want to try and prove to you all there's nobody in this house but me and whatever the this is that's with me. Oh! Oh my god! Oh, there was a figure in the window. There was a silhouette in the window. There was a silhouette in the window. Oh my god. Oh my god. Why are you doing this? Huh? Because I'm sat on the toilet and I can hear something beeping downstairs, and the only thing that beeps like that is the fridge. Like if it only beeps like that when the fridge door is open. I don't even look. Oh my god. What the f... I'm just gonna sit here. Whoa, did that wire just move? No. Whoa, what? What the f... Did you see that? Whoa! No!
Is it really worth it to keep that mask in your house? It seems like some African sorcerer had his touch, or even crafted the whole mask before it reached that car sales booth. Look, I'm not going to lie to you, but I really have no idea if the investigator we have next was investigating two different places or if he only dived into one. He went to a rural area full of abandoned houses with a wild reputation that these houses are all haunted. Based on what we know about rural houses, they look pretty much the same. Ulysses is back on track, where he drove all the way to a rural area looking for the perfect house to investigate. Once he found the one he desired the most, he began his journey. When it comes to what locals said to him, they advised him against investigating these places, but he never listened, so they decided to teach him a lesson he may never forget by absolutely doing nothing. It's called the silent punishment. They knew from the get-go these ghosts were going to take it from there and punish Ulysses the moment he began lingering around. As he was trying to open one of the door was jammed, and before he knew it, something just opened the door slightly but quickly before shutting it back. Then it was smashed right open while some object was thrown to the ground. This whole investigation felt like finding the right door where the ghost is hiding, because every time he opens one door, the other one either gets shut or begins swinging on its own. The man had to start chanting some prayers, screaming from the top of his lungs, but these doors never stopped swinging. The atmosphere was intensely high on paranormal, but it didn't stop there. At one point, there was a broken door hanging by the wall, and before he knew it, that door slid off across the floor.
Um forninho a lenha, né? Feito aí de tijolo. Esse aqui ainda foi feito de tijolo e concreto, ó. Muitos são de tijolo e barro, ó. É uma casa antiga, onde as indicações aqui a indicação foi da maga oradora, que diz aquele lugar ali é assombrado. Então eu vim aqui, certo? Eu peço licença aqui do local, mais uma vez. A porta aqui está fechada. Ai, que isso? Rapaz do céu! Que raios foi isso, velho? Olha isso. Olha isso. Olha isso, olha isso, olha isso. Olha isso. Opa! Rapaz do céu! É assombrado aqui ou não é? É assombrado ou não é? Hã? Quem fez isso aqui? Quem é que fez isso aqui? Opa! Opa, 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 opa. Quem é que está aqui? Opa! Escuta isso. Meu Deus. Que raios é isso? Quem é que revive aqui este lugar? Quem está revivendo aqui este lugar, aqui, espírito? Opa! Quem tá aqui? Olha aquela porta, olha isso! Minha nossa! Cara do céu! Cê é louco! Há um mal ruim aqui este lugar. Seja o que for, tô descendo lá pra última casa. Cê é louco, mano! energia forte aqui nesses lugares. Que raios. Olha isso. Quem está fazendo isso? Ambas as portas, ó. Olha isso. Olha isso. Olha isso. Ambas as portas, ó. Quem é que está fazendo isso aqui? Cara, senhor, tô dentro do meu olho, eu tô enxergando nada, cara. Quem é que está aqui? Nossa. Que raios é isso? Cara do céu. Quem fez isso? Quem fez isso? Quem é que fez isso? Minha nossa. Cê é louco, mano. Tô finalizando, pessoal. Pra mim deu, mano. Tá ficando agressivo aqui, não é legal? O negócio já acertou dentro do meu olho. Pra mim deu. Até a próxima com mais uma memória sobrenatural. Cê é louco, mano.
This whole video should have been titled, "The Doors Party with the Ghosts, Fella." It reminds me of the Monster Inc. doors. Imagine just buying a newly built house only to discover it's haunted. Like, seriously, ghosts. The property was just built on clean ground, with no cemeteries or people buried there before. It's completely clean ground. How can they just move in with the man? You might think that it must have something to do with a ghostly attachment of some sort, which makes sense. It's kind of the answer for the case we have next, but it's not completely about the man, specifically. It has more to do with something he owns. So, a guy named Yamaguchi decided to contact an investigator after witnessing enough paranormal activities over the period he moved into his new house. The man had divorced his wife years earlier, kept his kid with his wife, and left in peace. Before you jump to conclusions, because I know how much you like to jump, it has nothing to do with his wife. She didn't try to ruin his life by possessing him. Yamaguchi told the investigator he has been hearing noises, especially in the bedroom. He even sent the investigator some footage to prove that his house is indeed haunted. In the footage he sent, the door's locker moved on its own, while a teddy bear that was sitting on the table beside the door kept swinging until it fell off. The investigator saw the videos, heard the stories, and got so high he had to keep himself together before doing something dirty. He immediately drove to Yamaguchi's house and got full permission to stay while the owner went on a trip to clear his mind. The investigator installed multiple night vision cameras across the house, where he captured multiple orbs flying around and heard footsteps coming from that bedroom, the very same bedroom where he found a statue in the closet. Remember when I said it must have been an attachment? Yeah, that statue had something hidden inside of it, a clump of hair. The man said that a woman gifted him the statue about 2 years ago. They met on a business trip, so what's the point of causing the man so many headaches by haunting him? What a weirdo of a lady. Renting Airbnb has been getting worse and worse recently, not because the service itself is outdated or being heavily pressured by other competitors. Nope, not at all. It has to do with some of these properties that are being rented. So we have Sydney in the next video. She and her family were on a trip and they decided to rent an Airbnb house, which, to be fair, does look a bit ancient. It might have been built in the early to mid-1900s, which is usually a red flag. Sydney has a dog, which might be a little problematic here, but why? Isn't the dog good in such a case to protect them? It's really unfortunate, but the dog seems to be the one who needs the protection. She was taking her dog on a trip, you know, something all dog owners would do. When they returned home, here was where the paranormal activity occurred. As the dog was going upstairs, he froze midway. The leash around him was somehow later pulled upwards. She kept making videos trying to keep people alarmed if something strange happened, which eventually did. What Sydney noticed is that her dog was freezing in the lower area of the stairway. He would just stand there and not proceed, as if he were in some video game and hadn't unlocked the upper floor yet. Later, the girl has discovered a door that was concealed behind the stairway, so the room should lead under the stairs, which could be the answer to the weird question of why the dog is freezing midway up the stairway. The door was locked, so when she tried to open it, something pulled the doorknob from behind. She questioned the house owner, but he acted like, "Oh, the house is empty, and no residents should be there other than you."
So I wanted to show you guys some footage of my dog with these stairs. Again, she's been doing this ever since we got here, every single day. It's usually at different times, so it'll be pretty sporadic on when she does this. But the first time my sister actually, when she was out running an errand with my niece, she came home and she was like, "Oh my God, what is she doing right now?" And I ran over from the kitchen and literally this is her. Like, she's just standing here, kind of sniffing around, just very, very focused and very, like, something is definitely making her, like, very interested. Like, she just seems so, like, locked in on these stairs. It was super weird. But then I started noticing it too, like, at random times of the day and night. So here's another clip that I got of her doing it. This is when I had seen her, like, walk over to the stairs, and then I was in the living room watching TV, and there she is again, just back at it, just sniffing around, kind of standing there. And then this clip right here, this one really freaked me out. So I kind of knew that it was happening because it had gotten really quiet. She left my side. I was in my room in bed, about to go to sleep, and I just, lo and behold, see her, like, walk over and see her. And she was so locked into the stairs this time around. It was so spooky, guys. Like, honestly, I literally, at this point, I was like, I need to ask this landlord, like, what is going on? Because, yeah, I had to definitely let him know, because I had no idea at this point what was going on with her. But, yeah, so. Up in this corner of the house right now, me, my sister, my niece, we're renting out this Airbnb for a wedding this weekend, and we were just out walking my dog, and when we came in, we heard Jesus Christ.
Grant!
Touch it.
Oh my God, what is that? Oh my God, what is that?
So this is the switch. You guys can see their light is on right there. I wonder if...
Just, can you imagine there's something right behind the door? Oh my God.
Oh my God, did that just happen?
Either the house owner is acting stupid, or he really doesn't know that something sinister is hiding within his house, which doesn't make sense unless it's the first time he puts his house out for rent, because if not, there must have been other guests who have reported similar incidents or even different ones. Either way, that doesn't change the fact that the place is haunted, and that also doesn't change the fact that you should subscribe and watch the next video on screen.